Hey everybody, it's Noam Armstrong and welcome to another edition of This New House. This week we've got a woodworker who bought a new house but doesn't have any idea where he's going to be able to put his new wood shop. So let's park the car and take a look around. Well, we have actually moved, and one of the things that I got excited about was this small little outbuilding, which I thought would make for a great new wood shop. But as it turns out, of course, we had to move stuff into it temporarily, but it's not very big. The canoe that we built last year barely fits down its length. And in terms of usable space, it's only 12 by 22. And there's some other problems. Although I love the idea of it, doesn't have any power, no insulation, no heat. Not very good. The second option that I had was an extension garage. This was a second option, but it's not very wide. In fact, when we unloaded my woodshop equipment, it kind of fills up the space without there being any space in between the tools. And so only 9 feet by 20 feet, I could have made it work, but I would have had to build a wall. Doesn't have any heat, didn't have any power outlets. So big challenges with this option too. Now my third option was to do what I did at my old house, which was build the wood shop inside my mechanical room. And this actually had a little bit more space, 13 by 16, but it had shelves in the way. Some of the ductwork hung kind of low. In fact, I bashed my melon a couple times, even drawing blood on this furnace ductwork. But it's not optimal either. The ceiling is low. The dust exposure is bad for the furnace and also the water heater. Same problems I had at the old house. But my fourth option is going to turn out to be the winner. There is this extra room in the basement that even the previous homeowner just used for storage. Now, all my basement furniture fits in the room to the left of what will be the wood shop, and it's got a walkout. So this room has actually got a lot of features I need. It's got an 8-foot ceiling, it's got heating and air conditioning, it's got easy access to the breaker box right in the next room for more power. And all I really need to do is cut in a fresh door here and then close off that other entranceway to where the furniture is in the other room. And so finding a nice section between a few studs, I'm able to create a 48-inch opening for a wide door that I'll make myself. But it'll be easy then to move our furniture and other wood products in and out. Now, as it turns out, it's a load-bearing wall, so we put up some temporary jack studs, put the header in place, and got everything squared away to frame up the opening for the big door. Matt even came downstairs to give me a hand. Now, one of the other things I wanted to do is really improve the lighting. In the old shop, I just had a bunch of LED spotlights up on the ceiling. In fact, in some of my videos, you can see them. It's not really high class, but these new LED lights from Barrina have gotten some great reviews. In fact, I've seen them featured with other woodworkers in their shops and in their garage. And the light from these is amazing. And they're pretty lightweight. So I bought a pack of 10 of these. I'm not going to use 10. We'll wind up using them in the shed and also in the garage. But I've also noticed that depending on which way you mount these, it'll create a shadow where the soffit is. But if you mount the light bar perpendicular to the wall, it kind of eliminates that soffit shadow. Very easy to mount these with these little brackets, and then the light bar snaps in place. Now they give you up to 4 of these clips per light bar. I wound up using 3. These do not weigh very much at all. Now originally I thought 3 light bars would be enough to light the shop. In fact, it is pretty bright, but when I tested my camera for video recording, it wasn't quite bright enough. So I will add a couple more to the ceiling. And now it's time to get rid of the carpeting, and a little shout out here to another favorite Michigan restaurant, the Stray Dog. Now I'm going to wind up saving a piece of this to provide some padding for us to roll around on the floor in the garage when we're working on cars. And of course, Dash had to stop by. Anytime you're in the carpeting, you know, he thinks it's playtime, but you got to give the boy a scratch. And man, do your razor knife blades dull quickly on this stuff. Now it turns out this ice scraper that I had for punching out holes in the ice to go ice fishing worked out great for popping these tack strips off the floor. I did a little work with the hammer, but this thing makes short work of all those tack strips. Now, a huge, happy surprise. We found that the previous homeowner used self-leveling concrete for this particular room. I think they might have used it as a billiard room or a game room. But because of that, the floor is almost perfectly level everywhere inside this room. It's going to make it really easy to get my equipment in here and get everything leveled up. And so with some photo image memories from a great trip to Budapest and Bratislava, I thought I'd start to lay out the shop on paper. And because the room is so wide, I'm going to have plenty of space to be able to put a large center work table next to my table saw and also tools around the perimeter. So after a really long day, it was time to take a break and enjoy the view from the new backyard and think about the next project for the shop. Now a new feature, our Troll of the Week.